Hey guys, welcome to WrestlingRumors.net WWE Live Japan event review. I guess the Beast in the East review we could call this.
Yes, I think that'd be appropriate.
Now that it's about 7:45 in the morning a.m. Eastern Standard Time, first and foremost, we'd like to say Happy Independence Day to everyone in the United States. Happy 4th of July. Also, to the rest of the world who normally wakes up and has to do this on a monthly basis for events that we're so spoiled of, and especially in the Eastern time zone.
I never want to do it again.
Oh, I would do it all the time.
Never. I never want to do it again.
There was a couple matches. I would do it all the time.
Fuck yeah, I never want to do it again. It's terrible. I don't know how you guys do this every month.
So much respect, yeah. To say that you guys aren't fans is unreal.
Yeah.
That is the WWE fans right there. All right, Sam. So first match of the night, we started off. It was Chris Jericho versus Neville. Obviously, I was very pleased to see Chris Jericho back in action, and back in action where he looked good in the ring.
Mm-hmm. It was definitely a fucking amazing match, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is one of those where there's going to be a debate on what the match of the night was. I'm favoring, I'm more leaning towards this one a little bit more.
It wasn't that good.
It was pretty solid.
There was a better match.
Well, I like, too, that Michael Cole and Byron Saxton in this, they sounded very old school, like very vintage when it came to commentary, too, because it was very... there was no storyline to tell. Jericho's just wrestling at a live event. There's no storyline to tell. So it was basic 101 commentary, and it was beautiful. And it shows you how good those guys could be if they just let them do their jobs instead of constantly being a hype machine for everything else that's going on.
Their styles really offset each other very well in that match, I thought. What did you think?
Yeah, I thought it was great. Chris Jericho getting the win with the Lion Tamer, as addressed finally as the Lion Tamer, not a modified Walls of Jericho, as they would like to call it so many times. It came off a reversal of the Red Arrow. The Red Arrow 3 times, and they made sure they let you know 3 times the Red Arrow was attempted, and it did not land. So, Chris Jericho with a win. Are you surprised?
I was shocked. But then again, after thinking about it, with Jericho being the host of Tough Enough and everything, I really shouldn't be that shocked. But I was. I actually thought that he was going to put over Neville in this.
Well, I think he put him over regardless. Because
it was a phenomenal match.
Right. And I think this is one, because of Jericho's history in Japan, I think that this one didn't surprise me. I kind of thought this would be a dark horse surprise.
Okay.
So it didn't surprise me as much. I think everybody thought that because... when's the last time Jericho got a win?
Yeah.
So it feels good to celebrate a Jericho win for a change. I love you, Neville, but I'm sorry. But I think because of the, with him wrestling in Japan for so long in his career, I think
it just makes sense.
Yeah, it absolutely made sense. So let's see. Moved on next to the Divas Championship match. It was Paige versus Tamina versus Nikki Bella defending her championship. Nikki Bella getting the pinfall on Tamina. I think she hit the little forearm shiver that she does. Yeah. I'll be honest, I looked down for 1 second and all of a sudden the match was over.
It was a really weak finish.
What did you think of the match period?
It was a good match. I really don't know why Tamina was even thrown in there.
I thought Naomi was supposed to be in there. Right? Yeah, I guess.
But, I mean... They put on one hell of a match. The crowd really seemed into Tamina. They really seemed into Paige. I didn't really think they were that into Nikki Bella, but then again, I might have been half asleep during this match.
They weren't. Yeah, maybe, because I don't think the match was that good.
I heard the chants for Paige and I heard the Tamina chants, but I didn't really hear any Bella chants.
Yeah, this one kind of was tough to sit through. I don't know, I just didn't think, maybe there was a couple spots, but maybe it was still that first match I thought was so good. Maybe I had that let down too with the crowd.
Yeah.
Plus, by this point, it was like 6 o'clock in the morning, so. But now, Nikki Bella at 223 days, Samantha.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
All right, moving on. The Beast in the East, Suplex City, has arrived in Tokyo, Japan. We have Brock Lesnar versus Kofi Kingston, flanked by the New Day.
I was so surprised this was the 3rd match on the card.
No, well...
The whole thing's called the Beast in the East. Why would Brock Lesnar not be the main event?
I think a lot of the placement of some of the matches is questionable on here, but it is a live event, though. It's not like it was, that's one thing to take into consideration. I know it doesn't matter, but it's almost like a house show. It's an old school house show. So a lot of times your main event is going to be top tier guys, which even though I thought we'll get to that match when we get to it, I still thought that was very strange. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm confused. Well, just like a lot of people thought, well, why would he wrestle Kofi Kingston? I thought there would be more involved with this.
Yeah.
I didn't realize this. You always like to toss out squash match.
I was gonna say squash match.
This was a squash match. Now, what did you think overall, though?
I loved it. I thought it was funny.
I did too.
I found the comedy in it, and it was just funny.
Well, you know what? And it showed a lot of spots. And this is the one thing where I thought it would have a lot of nice little Kofi Kingston spots.
Where he landed on his feet out of the suplex.
Yes. And the one where he did something off the ropes. I don't know. Again, stuff started going. You kept waiting for it to be over.
I like that Lesnar was basically like letting him hit him and be like batting him off like a fly.
So great.
It was so
like
funny.
It was Godzilla. He was like Godzilla. But Brock hitting the F5, getting the easy pinfall, tossed around, I think, Xavier Woods for a minute, too.
No, the New Day came out and he gave an F5 to every member of New Day.
Okay, there we go. Thank you for filling that part in for me, because I completely missed it, I'll be honest. But
everybody got an F5.
Yeah, so, well...
It was like Oprah, like, you get an F5, and you get an F5, and you get an F5. Yeah.
Well, at least everybody got what they wanted. There was an interesting sign that was painted, or it was a fan-made sign, and I can't draw, so no disrespect by any means. I just thought it was funny. It was of Lesnar, but it looked like Sandman. It was so funny, and I think go back and watch it, guys. You'll just look for it. It was a giant Lesnar head, but it really looked like Sandman to me. You would have just put a cigarette in his mouth. But anyway, Brock getting the win though. I don't think there's any surprise here.
No.
I think this was a lot quicker though than what.
It was really fast.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was good. It was really fast, but it was good. I was worried about this match because, Kofi Kingston versus Brock Lesnar. How are they going to sell that? But they did good.
This is why it wasn't your main event, though.
Yeah.
This is why it wasn't your main event. All right, so we moved on to the big match of the night was Kevin Owens versus Finn Balor for the NXT Championship. Another man, Finn Balor, that has a lot of history in Japan, Fergal DeWitt. So... Sam, before we talk about the match, your overall thoughts.
This was my match of the night.
Okay. Guys, so what we saw was Balor getting a clean win via the coup de grace. It was his, I believe, second of the night. This match, to me, had everything. I love the Japanese tradition of the flower giving and the streamers for championship matches. I think it adds something special to the match.
Yeah, whenever I saw the streamers, my first idea was like, this isn't ROH people.
Right, and it's not just Ring of Honor that does that. I mean, this is a lot of independent, and this is worldwide type of stuff.
I just figured they were just showing tribute to Kevin Steen that way.
Yeah, no, no,
okay.
Absolutely not. No, this is because it was a championship match. This is done, a lot of people that only watch WWE, this is a tradition that's done in independent, circuits all over the world, major circuits all over the world. It's really done everywhere but WWE, to be quite honest.
Okay.
And I don't know why it's not done in WWE.
Something new.
Well, you have a lot of crazy lunatics that you don't know what's getting into a WWE arena.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess, but it's the same in everywhere in the world, though, too.
I don't know.
If not rowdier.
Yeah.
Listen, Progress Wrestling fans and ICW fans up in Scotland, trust me, I know, they're crazier than WWE fans. Anyway.
I'll give you that.
But we have Finn Balor as your new NXT champion. Sam, what do you think about the decision?
Oh, I love the decision. I just hope that this means that they're going to give the U.S. title to Kevin Owens.
And then after the match we get, and we'll talk about that in a second, and then after the match we get Kevin Owens going with the no handshake. Finn Balor going for the handshake. No handshake whatsoever. Kevin Owens just leaves.
Of course, that's classic Owens.
And Kevin Owens, by the way, named Sports Illustrated's Superstar of the Year so far, as they call it.
I don't think that was Sports Illustrated. I think it was Rolling Stones.
Rolling Stone. I'm sorry, Rolling Stone then. Yeah, I don't know why.
I'm just correcting you this whole entire episode.
Thank you.
Yeah,
well, by now it's like
together.
8 o'clock in the morning,
man.
so you know what I mean? I haven't slept yet. It's not like I woke up for it. I just didn't go to bed. I can't wait to just fall over. So Kevin Owens, Superstar of the Year halfway through, dropping his title. And it shows that a title necessarily doesn't mean much. This was more about Finn Balor. Again, the tradition in Japan that his links in Japan that being there for 8 years. Excuse me, and I think for me, this was another no-brainer going in.
Yeah, it was just so amazing. I can't put into words how great it was. Amazing undersells this match. It was probably match of the year.
I don't know. I'm going to go back and watch that. We say that after every good match now. We say match of the year,
really,
match of the year.
Really good.
It's one that I do want to go back and watch. Now, I will say that this was definitely the paint job of the year. Finn Balor's paint job was on point tonight.
The paint on his back was on point. What was it? The mask?
Yeah.
Was it a mask?
Yeah, with the Japanese writing too, yeah. And I love the NXT chants in Japan. Love that. Shows, again, that it's not just a cliche niche thing here. It is starting to get, a global acceptance around it and a global cult following, if you will. Yep. If you even want to call it a cult following anymore. But the next NXT takeover is going to be before SummerSlam, the night before SummerSlam at Barclays Center in New York. Sam, risky, not risky? What do you think? What if NXT puts on a better show than SummerSlam?
Yeah, that's gonna... I don't know. NXT always puts on a better show than the main roster during the pay-per-view. So has it hurt them before in the past?
It's never been on the night before your second biggest pay-per-view of the year.
Yeah, it's always been like the week after.
And usually an off month.
Well, it could hurt them, but I can see where some people say, well, then only certain people watch NXT. It's not, you don't get the same viewership. I don't know.
Now, yeah, and you started to talk about this. I said I wanted to bring it back in.
I don't think it's good for their image if NXT is better than their main show.
Right, no. They don't want that. And I think that that's something they should be afraid of. So expect something big at SummerSlam. Honestly, expect something big.
We should always expect something big at SummerSlam.
Right. So yeah, we should, but we don't always get that. Real quick though, you started to talk about Kevin Owens now. You do think this is him going now? He is going to get the United States Championship.
Well, this could be the only reason why I see him actually being interested in taking the U.S. title off of John Cena now. Because before he didn't want it because he had his championship.
No, he said that he wanted it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he said when he realized how much it meant to John Cena, now he wanted it.
Okay,
yeah.
well.
I think it was in a Michael Cole exclusive interview that was great on WWE.com.
Now this just lights a fire under him to get it even more. There you go.
And I think that's how it plays out too. I really do. So the main event in what must have been the let's pull straws to see who gets the top spot tonight. And where was Cesaro and Diego?
I have no idea. Maybe they were on the pre-show.
Where in the world is Fernando Les Diego? No? See, that's what happens when you just don't sleep all night. You sleep for like 2 hours a day to o'clock. You're just delirious at this point. Anyway, so we have King Barrett and Corporate Kane versus Dolph Ziggler and John Cena. Barrett and Kane just seems like an odd matchup. I get Cena and Ziggler.
I didn't get why they were ever matched up at all.
Cena with the AA on Barrett for the pinfall. To me, honestly, it sucks to say this out of the main event. I thought it was such a special event, and there was something really simplistic and trimmed down that felt very refreshing about this event. But the most exciting part of this match was the Fight Club blip that happened with like the Japanese writing, it happened real fast, like Fight Club.
That's weird.
I don't know what it was, but that was probably the most exciting thing to happen.
Yeah, that's kind of creepy. My only thought this whole time was, where's Lana? Because Dolph came out without Lana.
Maybe keeping kayfabe alive. Maybe she's not allowed in Japan. I don't know.
Why is she not allowed in Japan?
Who knows? I don't know. I don't think not everybody made the trip.
Oh, okay.
That and she's probably at home with Rusev, maybe. I don't know.
Alright, I'll give you that.
I don't know. I don't think Rusev would have made the trip. It's not like he would have performed over there.
Yeah, I guess.
I haven't checked those. So,
right.
Sam, overall, spot of the night. What did you think? What was your favorite moment of the night?
The Owens and Balor match. That was my favorite of the night. Sorry, it was amazing.
It was fantastic, and you know what? I'm gonna be that guy because you know what? As much heat as I get for being this oh, you're a CM Punk mark, which I'm not gonna deny that. I'm a bigger Jericho mark than you guys would ever even believe for how much you say about CM Punk. You guys would never. So the fact that I got to see a Lion Tamer and it was referenced as a Lion Tamer, and it was a great. I'll admit, for a while I've been saying, you know what, I just kind of wish Jericho would just kind of Just go. Do everything else, because I love that he's successful everywhere else, but it's like, maybe it's his time. This match tonight showed that he's still got a lot of gas left in the tank.
Okay,
and for me as a fan, at least it felt good. There was some vindication when you're a mark for a guy, because this is the best he's looked in probably a while.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you that. But of course, the Jericho mark would pick Jericho.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm going to. Yeah,
Jericho's involved. You pick Jericho.
Well, no, listen. I rarely go with a homer decision. Yeah. I rarely go with a homer pick.
Predictable.
I rarely go with a homer pick, but they finally gave us it's something we've talked about for a while, like a live event on the network. Why not do it? And finally, the network is just free for the first month for every new subscriber. So when you word it that way, WWE, it makes it sound a lot better, and then it gives people no reason to bitch about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's thank you for finally wording it properly how business should word it. Anyway, no, it's just...
I don't even know how we got on that subject.
Well, it's
not important.
Yeah, it's not important at this point. But no, I just like that Jericho is back and working these non-televised events, never being involved in a storyline. He's constantly giving back to the business, So for as much heat as he takes from fans right now, and listen, including myself, because as big of a fan as I am, he's still doing a lot for this business.
Yeah, you do dish out the heat a lot.
Yeah, well, I have to. Listen, when you're a fan of something, you do. I mean, it is. You criticize as much as you love it. Otherwise, you don't love it, guys. That's what love is all about. And Jericho invented love. We all know that.
Jericho invented everything.
So now that time has for some reason stood still and the sun has now risen here in the East Coast, we are calling this one a wrap. Sam, letter grade this.
I'll give it an A.
A. I'm actually going to give it about a B+. The couple matches were bad. The couple matches that were good were on point.
You're usually a letter grade down for me.
Yeah, so that's about right. That's about right. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching this. If you haven't checked out the special yet, please do. There's a couple fantastic matches on there. Overall, it was a really great show, fun show to watch, very nostalgic in a way. And to everyone in the United States, happy Independence Day, happy 4th of July. Celebrate accordingly, however you choose to do it. Be safe, have fun, and remember why we celebrate today. Sam, follow her on Twitter at LadyNexus13. Please make sure you're checking out everything on WrestlingRumors.net. Please make sure you're subscribing to this very channel. And you can probably follow my ramblings on Twitter at AdamDaily13. Guys, we'll see you next time. Thank you.
Happy 4th.